due to my conditioning, tend to call a Jewish star. But if you look around, if you look at the Wikipedia, you'll find it is not really limited at all to Judaism. It's like totally universal. There's old mosques have this on it. Christian churches have the so-called Jewish star. Hinduism, it's like everywhere. So we'll call it a hexagram to be culturally neutral. So here we have the human condition. And we're going to add something to the human condition to make things good. What we're going to add is mindfulness practice. So there's two parts to mindfulness practice, the way I like to think about it. There are focusing procedures or techniques, which I summarize in the basic mindfulness system in terms of three fundamentally distinct focusing strategies: noting, do nothing, and nurture positive. This pretty much summarizes what people have done in worldwide historically. So practice is, well, you have to have at least one focusing procedure that you're going to practice. And this is one way to think about classifying them. And then you have to do those procedures in a systematic, sustained way. And that creates what I call the 3 cycles of practice. There's a day-to-day cycle, do a little bit in stillness, a little bit in motion, practice in life. There's the year-to-year cycle, maintain the day-to-day cycle. At least once a year have a retreat, at least once a year have contact with at least one competent coach who's looking over your practice. So if you keep up that cycle. And then there's the cycle of have fun. And this is what you're going to attempt to do sort of moment by moment with your practice. Now this may seem like talking about having fun with the practice and using the fun word may seem to be taking the noble quest and turning it into a trivial pursuit. However, there are at least, that I know of, at least a half-dozen different words in Pali for flavors of enjoyment associated with meditation practice. Now I know at the beginning of practice you say, what? Okay, enjoyment, this is more like a grim ordeal. Where's the enjoyment? Well, basically, the reason it's a cycle is that you try to create a positive feedback loop. Here's how it works. You choose a focused procedure that you like so as to optimize the probability that it's going to be fun. So by some sort of strategic choice, so I'll use a tic-tac-toe board to represent like your game plan, okay? You have a game plan, it's like, well, how can I make this interesting? How can I make this fun? Now, of course, the definition of fun may change as you mature. At the beginning, fun might be, well, the restful states or, anchoring in sound or something like that. Later on, fun might be sitting through pain and watching it dissolve, et cetera, et cetera. So you choose something that is likely to make it interesting. So that's one facet of the having fun. The other facet is your base level of mindfulness. This is my symbol for mindful awareness. 3 sides: concentration, clarity, equanimity. This indicates base level. The combination of what you choose to focus on plus how good your core skills are, that sort of makes the meditation experience fun. Okay? Then that motivates you to keep up these cycles of practice, which then elevate your core skills, making it more and more and more possible to have fun. So you get, this is a cycle, a positive feedback cycle.